Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Monday, January 15th, 2023. Let's find out what is going on the Forex calendar. So what do we have here is, to be quite honest, only one very important event for today, and this is the German GDP for the fourth quarter. As you can see, the previous reading was 0.4%, forecast is 0%, so deterioration is seemingly very clear for the Germany. Nevertheless, let's find out what will be the actual reading. Of course, this kind of a data at the end of the month might trigger some volatility, especially with the pairs that are directly related to the German economy, and those pairs are of course the euro related pairs. So first, let's just take a look at the euro dollar at the beginning of the trading week. Only one day left except the Monday in order to complete the weekly candle and in order to complete the monthly candle. So instead of looking at the 4-hour chart, let's find out the weekly candle. So what do we have on the weekly? As you can see, we got the very nice movement to the upside, plenty of green candles here. Momentum jumped from the extremely oversold market conditions towards the levels of the 70, which is apparently extremely overbought levels. So from one extreme to the another extreme we are moving right now on the weekly. So this whole jump looks very impressive. Nevertheless, it is a jump that might be only corrective movement to the upside, and it might not be a new trend. And trend is your friend. It might not be a new trend because those movements from the extreme to the extreme very likely are some sort of the higher or lesser degree corrective movements in the either direction, up or down, of course. So the recent high was made at 1.0929, and this is very particular candle. Let's take a look at this candle. This is very interesting candle. It looks like a doji, and this is a weekly chart, so we need a confirmation of this doji on the top of this very nice rally. So if this candle is red, then we will have a first suspicion that this bounce in euro dollar might be completed, and the low of the last week's range 1.0335 might be violated as well. So if we close below 1.0335, now that's another indication the uptrend here, or maybe we should call it simply corrective cycle to the upside, had been completed, terminated, capped at the level of 1.0929, and now we are either continuing the big cycle to the downside in form of the downtrend, or we are moving it down in some sort of the B wave, right? So the current situation is that the movement to the upside might be simply ABC, for example, corrective scenario. So from the lows, let me just point out the lows. There you go. This is the low. So that might be wave A. We might have wave B somewhere, for example, one of the Fibonacci retracement levels, and then we should expect the movement to the upside in the wave C. The other scenario is that this is already completed wave A. Wave ABC to the upside, or some sort of the double zigzag to the upside, which means the whole movement was completed at 1.0929. To confirm this, we need to move lower. Towards a particular level. In that situation, we might say that a low of 1.0483 is this critical low. That's the one scenario, and the other scenario that might complete the first one is that we need to move in very impulsive way. If we move down in impulsive wave, that means we are returning to the larger time frame down trend. What else is very interesting here to notice is that we are above 50 weeks moving average 1.0559, but still below 100 weeks moving average, 1.1167. So we are now in between those moving averages, somewhere very close to the extreme market conditions in our situation, extremely overbought market conditions. So please pay attention to the current situation on the euro dollar, because it looks like we might see some kind of a movement on the euro very soon. And the monthly time frame, look at the multi-year, this is 12-year trend. It is very obvious to see that we have this high here, low, lower high, low, lower high, lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower high, low, lower high, lower low, have not been seen in many years. This low below the parity, of course, 0.9539. Okay, so that long-term trend, multi-year trend on the euro dollar is still down, and which is why we are still treating this movement to the upside as the movement which is very suspicious in terms of the trend change. Okay, it looks more like a corrective cycle to the upside during the multi-year down trend. Of course, we got this very important monthly levels, and this might be that level here, 1.0636, which is the low from the March 2020, now violated. Okay, so we are moving towards the 100 months moving average and 50 months moving average around the level of 1.1415, 1.1419. So maybe this kind of movement might towards the moving average might put some light into the perspective on the euro dollar. We are bouncing from the extremely oversold market conditions on the monthly time frame, which means that we are now trading somewhere around the level of 49.11 neutral zone. We are entering the neutral zone. The question is, of course, will we be able to sustain this momentum and move higher? So now the price will move higher and will be supported by the momentum, of course. So that's a nice big movement to the upside. We've been witnessing this movement here, we've been witnessing this movement here, we've been witnessing this movement here, but then again, what's happened? New low, up. What's happened? New low, new multi-year low. Okay, so that's the situation we are in. Don't forget to look at the higher time frames. They are giving us some of the perspective from a different angle. It's very useful to take a look at this kind of data. So the euro dollar is still moving up at the end of the week and end of the month. Of course, the end of the week will be on Friday, so we still have a couple of days to complete this movement. And the monthly let's say monthly chart of the US dollar, you can see this big movement to the upside since the May 2021, ended somewhere around 1.1475. Now the monthly technical support from 2017 had been violated, right? It's been recognized by the markets. Now it's been violated. So it looks like the direct correlation between US dollar moving down, euro dollar moving up is still very strong. Okay, so next target, of course, is the moving average, monthly moving average, 98.99 and 97.71. Very close. 50 months moving average and 100 months moving average is. And let's take a look at the weekly. What do we have on the weekly? Now the picture is a little bit clearer. Nevertheless, it's still the picture that is telling us the key technical support has been violated. We are now moving towards the 99.90. This is the weekly moving average. This is blue, which means 100 weeks moving average is 99.90. Please notice the fact we are getting closer and closer towards the extremely oversold market conditions. So this correction here might be completed soon. Let me just point out how much we have retraced already. Not this one, we need the just basic retracement for the Fibonacci. So what we do here is let's take, for example, let's take this low somewhere here and this high, the recent high, of course, and you can clearly see that we retrace 50%. So the 50% of this whole big up move, multi-month, multi-year even, up move had been retraced at the level of around 102.05. So now it's the time to spike down and bounce and reverse, basically, if we want to move up in the US dollar, and that will directly affect the euro dollar in form of the reversal to the downside, of course, because US dollar will be going up, euro dollar will be going down in this situation. Let's just take a look at the last thing for today. We got the very busy session on the cryptocurrencies, because Bitcoin, this is the weekly time frame chart. Let's switch to the daily to keep an eye on the daily. There you go. On the daily time frame chart, the Bitcoin is moving up. As you can see, the Bitcoin is moving higher and higher. The recent high was made at 23,950, and we are approaching this level. In my opinion, according to the analysis, we are approaching this very nice level here, 25,238. This is the high of the whole corrective movement here. So if we hit this level, then of course please keep an eye on Bitcoin, because it all depends on how the level will be played by the market participants, whether there will be a crystal clear breakout to the upside and big green candle, or maybe some sort of the consolidation, pullback, breakout, or consolidation, big spike up, reversal. So 3 scenarios for the Bitcoin towards this level. Very important level. Plenty of traders will be keeping an eye on this, so please join them and see what the market will do at 25,200 basically on this level. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.